KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global in Sheffield here. I'm joined by the man, the myth, the hair, Ben Davison, trainer to the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought you were going to be a 1 minute wonder, but you're still here, Chavy.
Just blagging it as much as
blagging
I can.
it.
Just getting away with it, to be honest.
Ben, what can you tell us about the situation regarding Josh Taylor? Obviously, we knew he'd come and train with you out in Dubai, and then he went and did some work with Adam. So where does that lie at the moment?
Yeah, I think Josh is sort of at the stage where he hasn't made a decision yet. He'll have to make a decision soon. In terms of that decision, obviously that'll be for him to announce and whatnot. But it was a good week. He come over to me and it was like his first week training, so I couldn't really go in with full intensity right away. It took a few days. I sort of had to build it in a progression because, like I say, it was his first week back in training. But it was a good week. Spoke about things, areas that I see he can add, because there's nothing you want to take away from Josh. He's had a hell of a lot of success with Shane, and Shane done a hell of a job with him. So, but every trainer will have their own philosophy and their own ideas and areas that we can tweak and improve. And I'm sure Adam will have his ideas as well. But it was a good week. He got on with Billy Joe as well.
So you gelled. You felt like you gelled in that week with Josh.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good week. But like I say, listen, in terms of any more detail or anything like that, you'd have to speak to Josh about that.
Are you expecting him to make a decision on it soon, though, yeah?
He'll have to make a decision soon because he's going to have a date soon. So he's going to have to get started anyway. And when you're going from a trainer that you've spent a long time with to a new trainer, you want as long as possible to make those adaptations that I was talking about. So the longer you get, the better. And the more time you get to gel and understand each other. I'm a big believer in understanding the person that you're working with, and when you understand that person, you understand what makes him tick, you understand what doesn't make him tick, and the better of that connection that you can have, I feel like the better you'll get out of the fighter.
Just kind of moving on to Billy Joe, obviously a couple of weeks ago it looked like that fight was kind of dead in the water, but now obviously with the Murata situation changing, Eddie Hearn's saying that it's going to be out of Callum Smith and Billy Joe. So, I mean, what have you been told about that?
Yeah, I think I thought that would be the case anyway. I personally do think that Eddie Reynoso, a fantastic trainer, probably does prefer the style of Callum for Canelo, but I just feel like Billy Joe's probably a little bit in a stronger position in terms of it's probably more the fight that people would rather see. Billy Joe's been a world champion since 2015. And you know, during that same period, you've had Golovkin, Jacobs, Canelo all in the same weight category, all fought each other, rematches and whatnot. You know, being a world champion for effectively 5 years, you deserve the opportunity to go up against the best. I think stylistically, it's an intriguing fight for the fans, and that's why they'd like to see it. But you know, Callum and Canelo would be a fantastic fight as well. Callum's a phenomenal fighter, so you know,
bit of a waiting game.
It is, but I do know that Billy Joe has said to me, you know, look, I'm not going to be waiting around for anyone. If it comes, it comes. You know, if it doesn't, I'm moving on my career and I'll be fighting, no problem. So he's putting plans in place.
It's got very loud in here, so I'll keep it short with you at the minute. But are you going to fly out to Vegas?
I'll be going over to support Tyson, yeah.
Have you spoke to Tyson recently?
Yeah, we exchanged a few texts and that, but like I say, I don't want to... It's going to be an emotional and very difficult for me, because when I'm in the corner and I'm coaching somebody, I can give the advice that I feel needs to be given. So emotionally, I don't have emotions. I'm focused on what information needs to be given.
You're saying watching it from the side?
Watching it from the side, honestly.
Being able to say anything or do anything.
My arse is like that.
Be emotional.
Very, very. I'll be all over the place. Anxiety, a lot. I hate seeing people that I care about boxing and not being able to give the information I feel needs to be given. But in terms of texting, we've been sharing a few texts now, but I want to keep the conversation away from boxing because I don't want to then say something that might be conflicting against that somebody else is giving him. So listen, I did that thing with BT Sport. At the time I hadn't spoke to Tyson of that filming, And there was a
It was
few
very
things,
good, by the way, on that.
thank you. There was a few things in there that I wanted to say just to sort of remind Tyson. If he wants to take it on board, he could take it on board. If he didn't need to. Obviously, after filming that, we've exchanged a few texts and that. So yeah.
All right, this music's just come on, but you have a little dance, yeah? Ben Davison, listen, we'll catch up with you in Las Vegas anyway in a couple of weeks' time, and keep it real.
Keep it real, bro.
Gold Star Promotions is proud to present Floyd Money Mayweather. The man himself is coming to the UK for his UK tour, February and March 2020. For all info and tickets, goldstarpromotions.co.uk.